Peace in, folks. How you doing? User Force, PMA. You know how we do. So, why do I encourage awareness? So that I can tell you what to do? So that you can believe what I do? No. No. I encourage self-awareness so that we can have strength of independent thought, right? Now, granted, most people that I see that become more aware externally and internally come to many of the same conclusions, and then they change their lives to live in tune with that, right? So I don't want you to be me. I'm Guy with a Fork, right? I'm John Woodford Scott. You're you. You should be who you want to be. I'm also Face Cloud 9. I merged too, right? We're all star stuff. We're all star stuff, right? We've all got the same powers, right? The power of choice, the power of where we place our energy, right? So let me say to you, good morning. Sort out my arm rest there. It was all wonky. I was all wonky. No one wants to be wonky. We want a balance, right? We want a balance. So it's not really that much of a big deal. I saw Russell Brand did an interview with a guy called Moji, and I really like his approach to finding self-awareness. It resonated highly with me in the way that I found mine, right? So, and I mention him just because go check him out, really, Moji, right? He's just really interesting. And if you even dare to delve, oh, pardon me again, I'm always burping on camera, aren't I? What's up with that? But as I said, I'm not looking to copy anyone, and I ain't looking to be copied, right? But if we take some core teachings, right, and then grow ourselves and develop ourselves for ourselves, right, then the outcome of that is more selflessness, more consideration, more thoughtfulness, right? It's not like a taxing thing. Like, I know some people just think, oh, it's a bit like hard work. You telling me going to work every day ain't a bit like hard work? Slaving away 9 to 5, having to work increasingly more and more hours to be able to hold down this life. You know, consumerism is one of the biggest poisons we have. Got to get this newest big TV, got to have that new car, got to go on them holidays, however many a year you feel you need to have, right? I could go on more holidays than I go on, but I choose not to for a few reasons. Flying, right? Planes are not exactly the most eco-friendly forms of transport we have, are they? See, that's one of the reasons why I've only had like one holiday in the last, 5 years abroad, right? You know, because I want to go away, I want to go out, I want to go in the sun, I want to go and have some nice times abroad, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not perpetuate the problem, right? And that's, you know, part of what happens when you get more self-awareness. You don't want to perpetuate the problems. You realise that the holiday isn't needed. We can spend our time doing better for us all, you know, for the greater good. You know, and I'm not even a religious guy, right? I'm spiritual, but I don't follow any spiritual teachings. I mentioned Moji. I didn't follow his teachings. I just think he'd be good for anyone who'd be interested in gaining some self-awareness. You know, I talk about it. You could try doing what I've said previously. You know, take time, do it before you go to bed. Just, you know, it's bringing focus back into yourself, right? Thoughts and that are going to happen. Now, some people, like, different teachers talk about doing it in different ways, right? I like the practice of silencing the thought stream, I enjoyed that, right? And now I can silence it real quick, you know? And that's a really handy tool to have, because once you've got control of your own mind, chances of anyone else controlling it are very slim, you know? That said, you know, just it is what it is, right? There's so much subliminal teaching. There's people that just want to manipulate you to try and get you to do things their way, and I'm not into that. I say in one of my songs, like, I talk about being done with dominance, right? I was going to try and remember the line. I'm done with dominance and worship. I'm down with my peeps on the streets, that's working, right? And I mean that. I'm down with everyone, whether you're working on yourself, whether you're working a 9 to 5, whether you're working for yourself, right? Whatever you're doing, I'm down, right? I'm down with the get down, right? I'm up for the humankind rising. And holy moly, look at what happened yesterday in London. Look how many thousands upon thousands. I heard that the mainstream media, true to form, is playing down the numbers of yesterday, right? Jeez. I didn't get to go. That didn't work out for me. Whatever, right? There's a march again next month and I'm on that, right? But the live feed, I posted it onto my page. Holy shit. Oh, my eyes welled up. I was getting well emotional. That was like, oh shit, this shit's going to happen. Right? So, in part, very soon, you're either going to realise that you can have a choice to make. What do you stand for? Because those of us that are standing are unifying and going for it, right? So, you know, I spend every day of my life working on that mission in many different ways. I work bloody hard on writing music, on working on myself. And I say work bloody hard on working on myself. I've done a shit ton of work on myself. And to be honest with you, these days, it's not really much like hard work at all. You know, it's just what it is. You know, I've accepted I'm not perfect and that perfection is a myth and unreachable. I know that we're always going to have the emotional and energetical range of feeling and thought. So I've got no problem with that. I don't feel the need to just be some happy chirpy person all the time and live in like some fakeness, right? I'm about realness. You're gonna feel upset about some things, and that's okay. But what isn't okay for you or for me, for anyone, is to dwell in that, right? Feel your pain. Know why you felt it. But you know why you feel your pain, right? Don't just feel it. Sit there, feel it, but then analyze it, right? And part of getting to that is doing a bit of your internal work first. Like I was going to say, do it before you go to bed, man. Honestly, it's like, it's a free time of the day. You've got no other expectations, right? You've got no other things you need to be doing. You can just lay in bed. You can just silence yourself. Have everything dark. The darkness isn't going to hurt you, so don't be scared of it, you know? Right? And just take your time, lay there, let things go quiet. Do you know what I do often? Like, if I want to get into a particularly deep state, I just literally watch my breath, right? And because when you go, if you close your eyes, right, and you just focus onto your breath and you're like, and say in as it goes in, right, to train that front bit of your mind just to do as like you're telling it, right? So you're like, in. What you'll realise is there'll be another voice, that will then try and start the feed again, right? So in, pull that one in as well. And I've found that there's probably like, I think there's 3. I think there's 3. In my head, I've got 3 voices, right? Before it all starts shutting up and I've got it all focused on just in, out, 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 in, out, 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 right? And the more you do that, the less you've got to pull them in. You can just close your eyes, center, and there's no voices. There's no feed. You're just observing, right? You are that point of observation, right? And that's what Moji said yesterday. That I just liked the way he worded it, right? But he allows like a let the feed go and then just focus to what is observing the feed, right? You'll observe the feed, right? But then that part of you can still try and reason and observe, you know, and then break down what you're observing. That's not the point, right? Not for this exercise, right? It's you want to observe the thoughts, right? And then as soon as this one wants to do anything, then just step back from that and just go, no, we're observing, right? And just train observing. It's like the first level, right, of development, of controlling your mind, right? And then we can get to the power of our choice, because you'll be more aware of when someone's trying to influence you to do something. You can just be like, no, I'm good. I'm on my path, right? And the more you do that, the stronger that gets, the stronger your intuition becomes, right? People talk about being empaths and this, that, and the other. Like, that's not a special thing just to a certain group of people. Everybody can be highly empathic, right, and in tune, right? It just takes training that. We've been trained by colonial minds, right? So a colonial mind is only going to make colonial solutions. You want me to break that down a little bit? Sure. The people that created the education system were the colonials, right? They were the dominators, and the education system was designed to separate children from the family and the community and educate them, in brackets, indoctrinate them into this system that is unnatural, right? So then you start making unnatural choices and unnatural decisions. And I say unnatural, sort of like everything is nature. So, but we're not living in tune. That doesn't mean we need to be in caves and we need to be without any technology. No, quite the opposite. It just means we need to create the technology like Nikola Tesla did, that is planet friendly, that works with us and the planet, not against us. You know, why would people create technology that fucks around on the same frequency band that we are on, right? Because if you don't know and you haven't heard before, we are all energy, frequency, vibration. Just take a bit of time to look into it. Google that shit, YouTube that shit. It's there, it's easy, it's quick. You can just spend an hour a day just having a quick little look, right? If you're gonna have your face in your phone, have it there for a good reason. You know what I'm saying? You know? So it's just about getting that self-awareness, growing that strength so that your choice is powerful. And then we all come together and we create something that's beautiful, you know? And I'm fucking well up for that. I'm like, let's get it. Get what, John? Awareness, of course, right? Right? Because it's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful gifts my mum gave me. Right? R.I.P. mum. R.I.P. dad. R.I.P. granddad. Anyway, it's that time. So let's say, use the force. Positive mental attitude. Be kind with your thoughts to yourself and to others. Keep love in your heart for yourself and for others. And let's get it. Peace in.